Hi lovers. So I had a thought today because I'm almost approaching 1 year since my separation, and reflecting on this 1 year, I have to admit it's been the hardest year of my 42 years of existence. But it's also been the most rewarding in terms of growth, resilience, consciousness, discovering who I truly am. For those that don't know, James and I were together for 22 years. So I met him when I was 18. I'm now 42. So majority of my life my persona was established around James, and it was beautiful. Don't get me wrong, we had a beautiful life together, and likewise I'm sure James feels the same. But after our separation, I had to rediscover myself. My future, my goals, my desires were all based around our family, around our unity. My future had James in it. It had our family in it, and all of a sudden that's not part of the equation anymore. So I had to rediscover who I am. I had to rediscover who I am, the new me, which has been the most toughest thing to do. However, some may call these negative aspects. I call them blessings, because everything that I ever judged, questioned, wondered on about in previous years, the universe has put me in situations that answered all of that, or gave me clarity on things that I questioned or judged. And things that I once judged because of lack of personal experience, I now change my mind on. So who I am today is completely different to who I was a whole year ago. I'm thoroughly embracing it. It's been one heck of a ride, but I think the purpose of today's post is to touch on the topic of dating, because when I hooked up with James, I was 18, so I really didn't get to experience a sexual life, and I didn't get to experience dating. What does one experience at 18? And since I left my husband, I didn't fully immerse myself in the dating scenery, purely because I still had hopes of reconciling. I felt negative towards my self-worth based on how we ended our marriage, and just fears around meeting guys, going out, being in public. But I have gone on dates, and most of which I've met online. And for someone my age, or for a person like myself with my past and my experiences, I enjoy online dating because that's a safety net for me. I can filter through who I want to meet. I don't enjoy going out and putting myself out there and on display, because it's uncomfortable. I just don't enjoy that. Anyhow, back to dating and life experiences. So I've had the pleasure to meet some beautiful gentlemen out there. That's restored my faith in men. Yes, there are some men out there that are complete rubbish dick, rubbish personalities, rubbish way about their life, rubbish parenting, just rubbish. But there are some men out there that are just genuine, beautiful men They might not be my men and I might not be their woman. We're not compatible, but they are genuine, beautiful men out there. So ladies, don't lose hope that there are decent men out there. What I've experienced the most though is this taboo topic around sexuality. Because once upon a time, it was okay for a man to go out and be intimate and be sexual and fuck anyone in sight, and no one questioned it. No one called him a hoe or he was easy. But if a woman does that or engage in that, all of a sudden she's easy, she's a hoe or she's a slut, whatever. But you know, from my personal perspective, and people in my intimate circle will know me, that I'm very sexual, I'm very sexually driven. James and I had a very good intimate relationship, and sexuality was part of our relationship. But that doesn't mean that just because I go on a date with someone, I immediately want to have sex with them. Because if I don't energetically feel the connection, I'm just not even go there. Yes, there might be some girls that feel like, oh, you know, you paid for dinner, so I'm just gonna, you know, do whatever. But that's not how I roll. And I have to admit that there have been times where I felt empowered enough that I didn't want to have a relationship, but I wanted that sexual desire. I wanted my body to be devoured and given attention. So I have engaged in booty calls, and that was on my terms. I call them and I seek that service. So how's that disrespectful? Like, how's that any different? Like, what I'm trying to get my head around is that I've been hearing lately that if I want to seek a relationship with someone long term, that I shouldn't sleep with them first or second night. And in my head, I'm thinking, well, why not? Because sexual desire or intimacy is a big part of a relationship. And if I don't like the way you kiss on the first date, or let's say intimately, you haven't got my juices flowing, or I don't feel sexually wanting to devour you, then I don't know if that's going to result in a stable long-term relationship. Because for me personally, that desire for you it's got to be present. And sometimes I have to admit that I've reached out to men very similar to how men reach out to female, as an ego boost. I've gone through a couple of weeks with nothing. I've been focusing on work, focusing on myself, focusing on the kids. And, shit, gotta get back out there. And it's just to feel female again, to feel desired, to feel sexual again. So it's just that, to and fro texting and a little bit of a, little cheeky photo here and there. And just because she sends you a cheeky photo doesn't mean that she's easy. It's because it's her safe way of getting attention. Gents, just let's not mistake in that, because I like to send a cheeky photo here and there, but it doesn't mean that I immediately want to be intimate with you. I enjoy the attention, and that is enough to fluff up my feathers without me even having to sleep with anyone. So, I engage in that intimacy, in that desires and to and fro texting and this and that, but I don't always want to sleep with a guy. And if I do sleep with a guy, it's because, I had that desire for them. And also because at the end of the day, I'm human and I have needs. And if you feel delightful and you look delicious and you smell delicious and you're doing all the right things, why not? It's a mutual dance, yeah? We both want something out of it. So, gents, don't make a woman feel like she's cheap or easy and unworthy because she slept with you on the first date. And ladies, likewise, if you are genuinely interested in that partner, pursue that partner the next day. No, stop playing games. Remove sexuality. If you are sexually attracted and feel that desire for one another, then that's a fucking bonus. See you, lovers.